Don't lose hope in whatever you do. Despite all the negative connotations swirling around you, as if though a tornado comes to rip apart everything that's in your midst. Don't lose hope because through every dark night, there's a bright day waiting ahead. Endurance is key in us coming to realize our true potential. Because potential goes about exemplifying and showing what we are really about. And in the process of discovery, it's when we're going about being tested. And the test may come in many very different ways, but remember, you must leave yourself open. Do not be concrete in the way of thinking, in the way of approaching, in the way of going about processing life. For the answers will have missed you by. So, going forward, there's something that happened that I must shed a little light on in going about exemplifying how things unfold. So from time to time, I try to help my little dude. He play baseball. So it's like, okay, let me go about emphasizing the fundamentals to the game. And then by emphasizing the fundamentals to this game, he will have gone about formulating his flow. So we do a little couple warm-ups and here and there to get loose. And as we're going, you see he's becoming disinterested because it's like, okay, we're doing the same thing. But I go about emphasizing that life, it's not about doing thing one time that goes about setting you apart. It's about finding a level of consistency in the way how you go about approaching everything that you undertake. So at this age, he's not really trying to hear me. He's just like, man, let's get to the fun stuff. And it's like, it's the rigors of life that you must be ready for. You see, everybody want to get to the who and how, but nobody want to take time to go about doing the necessary stuff, the day-to-day. We can't go about skipping steps in this life, you see. So we run the full drill through and so forth. And in doing such things, at the end of it, he's always like, hey, I think we had a good practice. And I tell him, okay, if that's the way you view it, but how do you view good? Do you view good and in the aspect to be satisfied with what you're saying just to make yourself seem good? Or do you look at it from a perspective in that I didn't put my full capabilities into it? But development comes at our own time. So I try to allow him that moment just to go about saying that the way how I go about defining things will go forth and emphasizing the placement I put within myself. So he comes and he asks me a very peculiar question that I found quite odd. He says, if somebody die, do you cry for them? I said, no. He said, what? I said, why would you cry? Say a prayer for that person. Crying is not going to go about helping that person. Do not put yourself in a state of fighting against life and nature. Death is a natural occurrence that goes about taking place. For everything that has a beginning will have an end. You will meet a girl one day. You guys will fall head over heels about each other. But along the way, something is going to go wrong. Either her fears or lack thereof will have you guys go your separate ways. And in going your separate ways, don't cry for that person. Wish them well so that they may go through and find whatever it is that they're looking for. Because you see, the one thing about life, we're all looking for something. And in looking for that something, it's going to take us down some roads that has us doing some crazy things. But that's okay. That's the part of discovery that you must come to know and realize and understand that this life is beautiful. And once you go about looking at it from a viewpoint of beauty, you will go about finding beauty. If you go about looking at life from an ugly state of point, from a miserable state of point, from this is a fairy tale, then that's all it will be. Because the mind sets the program and allows the vibration to radiate out of us. So remember, I'm talking to a kid, so this dude looking at me like, my man's, okay, we talking about something that you just going off and off and on. And I'm like, okay. So he says, so we're not to go about waiting. I said, what do you mean? He says, I noticed that when I'm partaking in batting practice, I'm always looking for this perfect pitch. And I tell him, yes, that's your problem. You're looking for something that does not go about existing. There's no sense in waiting for this illusion. Life is what you go about making of it. And in making, you see that curveball coming and you're at a 3-2, you make do with that. And it's merely trying to go about showing little dude is that if we don't take advantage of right now, we will be living in regrets tomorrow. I don't care how life comes at you. Stop sitting on the sidelines waiting and thinking that I'm going to wait for my perfect thing. Because life only favors those who goes about meeting and confronting what they're up against. And that's why I tell you it's going to be okay. Stop waiting. Stop sitting back hoping that, okay, things will change to put me in a position that it's going to be more beneficial to the way I like it, because that's never going to happen. The test is not going to change for you. So you know this is my blessing. You know I love y'all.